All right, so welcome to the Tru Energy Webinar. I have a special guest this evening. It's Cristina McKay. I'm really excited to have her on. Some of you already have met her in a lot of different ways, as well as I absolutely love her product. It speaks the same language as Tru Energy. It's just from a little bit different perspective. So I'll talk a little bit about that. And of course, we're going to want to hear her story because she is a force to be reckoned with, for sure. So
you're so sweet.
Well, I understand how you managed to come up with such an amazing product. So one of the things that y'all have heard me talk about on the webinars is a few things. One is that I absolutely vet out products to the point of no return. I absolutely want to make sure that they are not only of great quality, but the specific ingredients to be amazing, as well as a delivery system, as well as the efficacy of them. And that you've heard me talk about both with internal supplements as well as external skincare. So one of the other things that I talk about is I talk about the outside in and the inside out. And what that really means is that you can't eat McDonald's or non-functioning food and then use an amazing functional skincare and have it work the way you want it to. And you also, on the other side, can't, if you eat absolutely impeccable and you have all this nutritional food that you're feeding your body with, and you're not using a skincare that is functional or optimal or chemical based potentially, you also won't get the results that you're looking for. So it's the inside out and the outside in. And that's where this parallel with Cristina and myself really kind of connects. The other place is that you've heard me talk about the oleosome technology that Tru Energy uses, and that's a delivery system. It's the delivery system of being able to hold the nutrients of the ingredients of the skincare and being able to have it deliver like a seed and opening that seed and having this, the inside of that be able to deliver those nutrients right to where they need to be, where the cells of the skin can do something about it and have great results. So this is actually where Cristina and I really, again, parallel in her delivery system, what's actually called MyoCell. But before we get into that, and we absolutely will, I want to hear Cristina's story, and I want y'all to hear Cristina's story because I learned something new today. So I want her to share that with y'all.
Well, thank you for the wonderful introduction. And Dr. Kathy hit the nail on the head. We have so much synergy, and I'm so glad that we found each other about a year ago and it has since honestly made a beautiful friendship. And I love your Tru Energy skincare. It has truly changed my life. And in addition to creating the amazing products that I have here that I know have changed your life as well. So it's a beautiful synergy we have. For those who don't know me, my name is Cristina McKay, and I am the founding partner in a brand called Everbella, which just is a fancy way for saying to be forever beautiful, right? So what kind of stemmed me to create this brand is that I was under some just tons and tons of health issues and at a young age, and I was very confused as to why this was happening to me. So I'm in my 30s now, and in my late 20s, I started having hair loss issues. My skin was terrible. I had low sex drive. I started putting on weight, and I couldn't figure it out because I felt, as I think many women think, when you're young, you're supposed to be in your prime, and it's when you look and feel your best, right? Well, that was not happening for me. And so it kind of set me on a journey to figure it out. So at first I kind of went the conventional medicine route, right? So I went to my OB, I went to my family practice doctor. I even went far out into Chinese medicine, acupuncture. I tried all kinds of stuff, and nothing was making me feel the way that I wanted to feel, which was like myself again. So fast forward, at the time I was living in the city. I'm from Maryland and I was living in Baltimore at the time. And, I thought I ate healthy. I thought I was living right, but I realized that I probably wasn't. And so my husband and I bought a 24-acre farm, and I started growing my own food. I started to really start learning like the truth behind feeding yourself really good quality food that's organic, that doesn't have preservatives. And I got some progress, but it wasn't what I wanted. And then fast forward, during that time, I started to go to a lot of different masterminds and summits where a lot of naturopathic doctors and people like Dr. Kathy would go to. And that's where I found my business partner. And he introduced me to a company that is out of Denver, Colorado, and they have a patented global technology called micelle liposomal. And so in my mind, I had already been trying collagen, I had already been trying different vitamins, and just wasn't giving me the results I wanted. And when I met my now business partner, he said, look, I really want to help you. I actually think that this is a nutritional deficiency problem. And yes, you're eating the right things, but they're not getting where they're needed in your body because you're not using a very special delivery method that is going to help you absorb nutrients far better than simply taking all the other items that you're taking right now. So long story short, this micelle liposomal technology, and I am not a scientist and I never claim to be, but I kind of want to break it down on what that means. So what that means is the nutrients in my product, which I'll show you in a moment here, are put into something called liposomes. And liposomes are an encapsulation of vitamin E. And the vitamin E is basically a nutrient that your body recognizes and welcomes to absorb, right? And it breaks down slowly. And within those liposomes is something called a micelle. Now, this is where the patented technology comes in. The nutrients are encapsulated and they're nano-sized particles. So when they enter your body, they go into your stomach, they start breaking down in stomach acid. The liposome protects them, and what's left are those nanoparticles that can now actually get to the bloodstream. So most products get to your stomach acid, they break down, and I hate to say it, but you pretty much just pee it out, right? So you're not really getting the nutritional value that you're hoping to get out of most of the supplements out there. So with this patented technology, it's 800% more absorbable than pills or capsules or powders. So it's truly amazing. And I will say that once I took this formula that I had been really researching for quite a long time and put it into this patented technology, it was amazing. The results for myself were amazing. In fact, I'd love to show you my before and afters, but it led me to create what I call like supercharged, superpower collagen that's on the market right now. And I'm super delighted to share it with you today and show you more about it.
Excellent. Excellent. So yeah, so one of the things I kind of wanted to circle back with, because you gave definitely a lot of information. I know people are going to want to see some of your before and afters because it was highly motivating for you. And women and hair are a major thing. People and hair are a major thing. So I wanted to actually, because I know that with the Tru Energy crowd, they usually want, they'd like to dig into the technology of that micelle. One of the things that I just wanted to comment on is that a lot of times when companies make collagens and they make them so that they are absorbable, they hydrolyze them, and depending on their process, a lot of times they crush them to the point where they're actually too small or broken apart. So the thing about micelle and the micelle technology specifically that that is unique to what you do is that it does not destroy the molecule and the function of the molecule. That's really important, because collagen as a molecule has a very specific function, but just like skincare, you can't put collagen on your face and expect it to do anything because it's just too large of a molecule. Same thing with the gut, right? And it also has to be delivered in such a way that it's in that beautiful oil-based, so that the body can start pulling it into the cells as well. So very, very important about that I wanted to make sure everybody knew about that micelle technology is that it's not only effective because it's small enough to get into, and it's small enough to get into the cell, it's incorporated or combined with ingredients that not only help pull it through the lining, but also to utilize it in the cell, and it's maintained in its full functioning collagen molecular chemistry, if you will, that makes it work the way it does. So
correct. Yes, you explained that beautifully. I will say, like I said, I'm just a woman who had health issues, who was set on a journey to create a true solution. So sometimes the science for me is hard to convey, but you did that beautifully. And, you know, I was trying to keep a little build of what exactly we're sharing today, but you all know it's collagen, and it's an amazing collagen. And I'll even show you the bottle just so you can see it. So it's Everbella, it's called Complete Collagen Plus. And so, you know, another thing that we didn't touch on that makes this collagen so special is a few things. So number one, it is ethically sourced. So that's really important to me. So the bovine collagen is from New Zealand. It's from a place called Antler Farms, and they have what I call happy cows. So these cows are having a beautiful life. They're grazing, they're grass-fed beef. And then the collagen is derived from type 1 and type 2 collagen, which is skin, it's cartilage, and it's from the hooves. So really high quality. And again, when it's wrapped with that technology, you're going to really reap the benefit of that collagen, because I know a lot of people who have had powders, right? There's so many powders out there. I say it's probably the most common way people are getting collagen right now. When people switch, they're like, oh my gosh, it's night and day. Like within 30 days, I feel a difference. I can see a difference, right? And then some other aspects that make this collagen different is that it's not just collagen, right? So a lot of collagen products are merely just collagen. This also has other ingredients in there that help with absorbability and also help with other aspects for me that I was struggling with, right? So with my health issues, with the weight gain, low energy, low libido, losing my hair, dry hair, all these issues, I wanted a collagen that did more than simply what collagen can do as a standalone. So there's MCT oil in there, there's omega-3s in there, there's also vitamin E in there. So it really has a lot of components that are going to give you so many more benefits than just collagen by itself.
Right. And so yes, it's a lot to unpack when you're used to looking or thinking about collagen as a powder. But one of the things that I actually want to also distinguish a difference, because the new literature, the new research is literally talking about using, you know, not just 1,000, but 10,000 milligrams of collagen. And the reason why they do that is because they know that they're not going to get the full benefit of that. And in fact, you had mentioned it earlier, we're lucky if we get 20% of that in function. So it's no wonder why people are thinking that they need to, and the research can show that we need to be able to take all of this and what's toxic and what's not toxic. But very much like I talk about with the Tru Energy is that if it has that quality and it has that capability of absorption, then you don't need to take that any more, right, than your body needs. And in fact, your percentage of absorption with this technology is what?
800% more absorption. So again, if you're able to absorb 10 to 20% with a conventional powder or capsule or pill, with our technology, it is 800% more. So that sounds like a crazy number, but that is what the data shows. Scientifically, it shows that. So if you're taking 1,000 milligrams, you're going to get 80 to 100% absorption. Now, again, that depends on the person, but you're guaranteed to at least hit 80 to 100%. So that's the growth pattern from the 10 to 20 from everybody else, and then what I have here.
Right. Yeah, that's a huge difference, and makes a huge difference as well. And you were also talking about, you know, the timeline where people notice something, because usually that's the first question is when will I notice something different? And, you know, you were talking about what people notice first and what the transition is. Yeah,
absolutely. So, and for those of you, I'd love to see in the comments, like, who here has had a collagen powder or pill before? Just because it's just helpful for me to know, you know, am I talking to a group of people that have tried collagen before? If you've not tried the Everbella collagen, but because I tried powdered collagen myself, and I feel like I was like 4 or 5 months in, and honest to God, I hate to say it, but I don't think I really noticed a difference, right? I thought my hair looked shinier. I did feel that my skin was a little smoother, but I'm an avid gardener. That's part of the reason we bought this 24-acre farm, is that I have a 3,000 square foot vegetable garden. So I'm very big into canning and homesteading. I grow my own food now, but my nails were still breaking, right? I still just wasn't reaping the full benefit of that collagen. And people now, customers will write in, within that first 30 days, like, oh my gosh, my energy's through the roof. My nails aren't breaking off anymore. My hair, maybe it isn't growing like crazy just yet, but in that first 30 days, they notice less shedding. They notice the hair does feel softer. So it is fairly quick that you're going to feel and see a difference when you start taking this collagen.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, we kind of, to just kind of really pull this all together. And so that when I kind of look, I'm watching the chat here. Oh, okay. And so actually, Dee Dee says, she uses Vital Protein Collagen, peptides, and Ancient Nutrient Multi-Collagen, but really don't see an improvement. Just an FYI is sometimes you really need to vet out those products for multiple things. So that's actually why a lot of times, Christina, that's why a lot of times people ask me, what do you use? What do you think? Is because I am hardcore vetting out. Well, I can tell you right now that, and because this is a private webinar, Vital Proteins is made by Nestle. And no, and not only that, it uses most collagens use a chemical to extract the collagen because it's much faster. It takes time, just like making bone broth. It takes time to be able to really pull those nutrients out, because we're talking about pulling it out of, if you will, pulling it out of bones and hides and tendons and ligaments. It takes time. It takes time. So a lot of companies, that the bigger they get, the faster they sell to somebody else that can mass produce the product. So I could see why, why you might not see the improvements that you want, and possibly even seeing, long-term adverse effects depending on what you're using. Yeah. So especially like, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, and that was just another thing, is that I think what's also super exciting about this collagen is that it's liquid. So that's something I failed to mention. So there are liposomal supplements out there. Honest to God, correct me if I'm wrong, I've actually never seen a liquid collagen. I really haven't. I've seen liquid vitamin C. I've seen liquid like vitamin D or something like that. But I'm really excited because mine's liquid, and it tastes amazing. Like, it really tastes so good. Like, I look forward to that spoonful every day.
Right.
And some people put it in their coffee. Some people eat it right off the spoon. You can put it on your yogurt. You can put it on your oatmeal. Like, I have customers that write in all the time. In fact, I polled them not that long ago to ask, how do you enjoy your Everbella Complete Collagen Plus every day, right? What's your favorite way to enjoy it? And so I did want to take a moment just to kind of show you what it really looks like. Because, I don't know if any of you like to watch QVC, but I just love seeing products in real demonstrations, because you want to know what you're looking at and you want to know what you're getting, right? So I will just show you. So this, again, is the bottle. I do have, the ingredient labels, so you can read about everything that's in here, nutrition facts, all that good stuff, of course. But it really does look and taste like caramel, right? So that's like the biggest thing here, is that it does, or there you go. It's really hard for me to do this and not look crazy. There you go. So there it is. It's coming out, looks like caramel, really does taste like caramel. Again, to each their own, of course, but
Eat it.
I love it. It's so good. And I have had people mention to me, oh, why is my computer making all these dinging sounds? I'm so sorry. I do have people that, have mentioned, because if you take this on an empty stomach and you're not used to taking MCT oil, it can give you an upset stomach. So it's really important for me to mention that. So MCT oil is a derivative from coconuts. It's a very potent, good fat. It's very good for you. It's good for your metabolism. It's good for brain health. It's good for your joints. It's even good for your scalp and your hair. But if you're a person that's not used to taking MCT oil, like if you were never a person, I used to do this. It was like bulletproof coffee, where you do a spoonful of butter. I would even do the coconut oil right in my coffee. But if you've never done that and you take this first thing in the morning, it might give you an upset stomach. So I highly recommend taking it with food if you're a person that's never really had MCT before. But after a meal, there's no problem. It's delicious. Some people take it after dinner as their sweet treat, but it is delightful, and it really does taste and look like caramel.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And in fact, that bullet coffee was exactly what I used to do as well. And, there's a lot of reasons why people do bullet coffee. a lot of times it just becomes a fad and people don't really think about it. But what I really like about the collagen is that it also stabilizes your blood sugar. And that's super, super important because weight, like all the things that you said in hair and skin and, rebuilding collagen. But a lot of times people struggle with their weight when their blood sugar is out of balance. And
Correct.
and so what you do first thing in the morning totally sets your insulin level at fat burning or fat mobilization. So if you tend towards those carbohydrates with your coffee first thing in the morning, what you're doing is you're actually activating that fat storage. And that's not where we generally want to go. It's just not good for your insulin as well as your insulin resistance and things like that. But if you start your day with a fat, especially like this fat combination in your coffee, you're actually setting your body at fat burning instead of fat storing. And so that means that you're stabilizing your blood sugar. You're not hungry all day. And you potentially can lose some weight if you start your day that way. And often people do. So I love that.
Absolutely.
About that.
And the good thing is it looks and tastes like caramel and there's no sugar. So a lot of people ask, well, how do you make it taste so good, right? So it's actually sweetened with glycerin. So glycerin is also a derivative from coconuts. So it's not going to spike your blood sugar. There's zero sugar in this product. In fact, to get the caramel taste and that caramel color, it actually is from cocoa beans. So the beans are mulled and pressed, and then a concentrate is extracted. And when you add just a little bit to this formula, it's creating that caramel color and taste. So the Everbella Complete Collagen Plus, it was really important for me to be a high quality, clean product. So it's non-GMO. There's no MSG, no gluten, no soy, no yeast. It's keto friendly, of course. And then, for those that are worried about their blood sugar and things like that, there is no sugar in this product as well.
Right, absolutely. And I think that that's important, right? To not have sugar in it for the collagen. Yep. So one of the things, and I'm always super curious because there are things that break down collagen. Sugar is one of the things that breaks down collagen, correct? So if you do, for example, if you are taking potentially a collagen and you are adding sugar to it, you could be deleting the effects of your collagen, correct?
Yep. Correct. So any, and that goes for any supplement. So if you're somebody who's taking like a women's multivitamin or whatever your product is, turn the bottle around, whatever it is, and look at it. If one of the leading ingredients is sugar, you're wasting your money. And someone's going to get mad that I say that, but it's the truth. Your body will absorb the sugar first, and then you're never going to get to the nutritional value of everything else that you're looking for. Right.
And it also makes a difference what you eat with it as well. So, like, for example, let's just say you're using the Everbella in oatmeal and you add sugar to your oatmeal and you're adding the Everbella collagen, you're still potentially
defeating the purpose.
Yeah, you're defeating the purpose. Right. Yeah. So, in just kind of addressing, I do want to address, so someone asked, what's a bullet coffee? Bullet coffee is essentially uses the medium chain fatty acids of coconut oil, same that are used in here, and often uses butter for the fat. This is the actual collagen, so your body can utilize that from the protein aspect because it has to be fat and protein. So instead of butter and MCT, this is actually using collagen and the MCT, which is your fat and protein. And that's the combination right there that your body can utilize and helps to stabilize blood sugar and increase collagen production, things like that. And then, so someone asked about more, using marine collagen. And I think we didn't really get into the conversation about the different types of collagen. Collagen 1, collagen 2, collagen 3. But what we do know is that there's 3 primary amino acids that our body needs to utilize for the production of collagen. And it depends on what you're trying to, produce. So for sure, depending on whether you're a vegetarian and not a vegetarian, beef collagen is the best collagen with the highest amount of amino acids that are appropriate for increasing collagen production in your body so that you can repair. repair, muscles, tendons, ligaments, bones, hair, and skin.
And I will say, just generally speaking, a lot of people have come to me that are vegetarian or vegan and are really looking for a marine-based collagen. So it is on my to-do list. It is something I'm very, very motivated to creating sometime in 2023. So for those of you looking for something like that, Dr. Kathy and I are always in communication. So as soon as something like that becomes available, I will be delighted to share it with all of you. But as it stands now, the Everbella Complete Collagen is bovine based. So it will not work for those of you that have those dietary restrictions. Yeah.
And we are looking forward to that for sure. And I'm still going to be, big proponent of the current collagen you have. Just, I could easily be a vegetarian as far as like my personal preferences, but I know how vital all the amino acids are and are, required for our body and our body function. I know one of the ingredients too you use is an algae, which I love that your, antioxidant factor on that algae. Yeah. So, so I did want to also mention, because Cindy did do a post for a couple of links, and Christina is always been really good to the Tru Energy family. And I think it's just that, not just the sisterhood, but that link between, her technology and my technology, and they really speak the same language. And that if you're going to get the best possible results, you want to work from the inside out and the outside in. And so make sure you check the link. And we actually, do you want to go over what you're offering?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Give me one moment here.
I have it up. I'll screen share it.
Oh, sorry, I might beat you to it. I was doing it at the exact same time.
That's okay. Whoop. No, go ahead, by all means.
No worries. So these are my before and after photos, which are always embarrassing to share. And in fact, I also like to share some other ones I have on my phone here, so you can kind of look both places. But my skin was absolutely horrendous. I mean, I had bags under my eyes. I was like, my body was crying for help. I was not pictured here. I will scroll down and show you that, but I was losing hair on the top of my head. My skin was out of control. My belly was so distended. I looked like I was like 4 months pregnant, and I am a mom now, so I know what it's like to be pregnant, but this is well before that. And I didn't know what to do. And I feel like I had exhausted all of my options, and conventional medicine was failing me. So I took matters into my own hands. And then voila, after 8 months of taking this collagen, it completely changed my life. Like, I've never felt better. I've never had hair this full in my entire life. I've never had it. And so it really changed my life. And here's another picture of what my hair was doing on the top of my head at the time. Quick picture of me on my farm. So I know I mentioned that earlier, but I really went all in when I was trying to really shape my life and give my body the best nutrition possible. But even growing my own food, as Dr. Kathy mentioned earlier, you can eat the cleanest food sometimes, but if you're not really getting that full nutritional value that you can get from supplementing with something with such a powerful absorption technology. So let me get to the bottom of this page here. So because I love Dr. Kathy so much, and you guys, I see you as family as well. In fact, I love using Dr. Kathy's Tru Energy skincare line. I wanted to do something that I've never done before. So even if you go to the Everbella website, you won't see this pricing. So typically I don't offer a discount on a 1 month supply, which is 2 bottles. But I am doing that for all of you today. So there's a 1 month supply that's 10% off. There's a 2 month supply that is going to be 20% off, which is 4 bottles. And then there is a 3 month supply, which of course is the best value possible. That is 30% off. And I'm going to throw in a 7th bottle for free. So, I think you always hear it, buy more, save more. Yes, that might sound cheesy, but it really is the truth. And in 1 month, you are definitely going to see some changes, but depending on how much you're really looking in terms of hair restoration, losing weight, whatever it may be, joint health, things of that nature, the longer you take it, the more benefits you're going to see. And then in addition to that, I don't want your money if it doesn't work. So I back everything with a 180-day money back guarantee. That is 6 months. So with this 3 month supply, of 7 bottles, right? It's 6 bottles for 3 months and then extra bottle for free. If you take all of that and you're not getting results, like, I want to give your money back. I don't want it. I highly doubt that would even be possible. I really have very, very few people return stuff, but I just want you to know that if for any reason you're not satisfied and you don't like it, I will give you your money back, no questions asked. So that is the offer I'm presenting to you all today. And I'm so happy to give it to you because I've never given it to anybody else. And I'm just delighted that Dr. Kathy has given me an opportunity to share this with all of you. And I just know it will change your life because it really changed mine. And I would love for you to experience that as well.
That is beyond generous. And we absolutely appreciate it.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's the least we can do.
Right. Yeah, right. You know, I think just speaking that same language makes a big difference, doesn't it?
Yes.
Okay. So the other thing that I was noticing in our little conversation is that I would like to talk a little bit about what, you know, that, so for both of us, this was the true confessions moment from our earlier conversation, that I have had my own personal experience with the collagen, as well as a new ingredient that you have, or a new product that you have. But for me, especially the collagen, just based on my timeline. I, about a year ago, at this time of year, I got really sick and ended up with a really, actually, ultimately, nobody really likes to talk about it, but I had COVID, and I ended up really sick. I was teaching in Arizona, and a board that was with me in Arizona, who I'm really close friends with, when my husband was teaching up front and I was standing in the back, they were talking in my ear pretty much the entire time. And it turned out the entire board got really sick. So my viral load for getting COVID was super high, because I consider myself really healthy. And, you know, I've been working with patients for the last 2 years and it's never been an issue. But viral load happens. So what happened was was in October. In January, I was back in California and I was teaching a certification, and I was wearing a jacket and people were just pulling my hair off of my coat. And and to the point where I'd go like this and literally would have a handful of my hair. And my husband was saying, you know what, I've been actually having to take it out of the drain, and it has been clumps of your hair coming out of the drain when I clean it out. And of course, as a practitioner, I was finding how many women were affected with hair loss with that.
Yes.
So it
was a problem.
Yeah, absolutely. So it was amazing how one of the things that we talk about as women, or people who are losing our hair, it's somehow it's our identity. So,
Yep.
How we do our hair, how we wear our hair, there's so many things that are just part of our character. So my mentality was really pretty good through the whole thing, because a lot of my friends were freaking out, but I was like, you know what? I know my body can do this. I'm taking a really great collagen, and I know I'm going to get the delivery system. My hair is going to grow back thicker, softer, wavier than it was before. And that was in January. And I think pretty quickly, because usually when hair grows back, like you can see it in your hand and your skin and your nails and things like that. But, when hair grows back, you get short hairs, and then the hairs get longer. And for it to actually like fill out your hair and feel like you've got really full hair back takes some time. So I think it was pretty fast for me.
Oh, absolutely. And, I can relate. So I like to tell people that I've lost my hair twice. So we're going to go a little deeper on my story here. So what really pushed me to create Complete Collagen Plus is that, honestly, my body was crying for help. And so every possible thing that could have gone wrong was going wrong, right? Like I mentioned earlier, my hair was falling out, my skin was breaking out, I had low energy, I was bloated all the time, I felt awful, I had no sex drive, I was just a mess. And Complete Collagen Plus I created it and I personally tested the efficacy of this product for 8 months and beyond, right? So I've had this product now for almost a year and a half, and it changed my life. Like, it fixed all of my problems. And then fast forward, I now have a 16-month-old daughter. And when I had her, I lost a lot of hair again, but it was like 3 times as bad. And, you know, at the time I thought to myself, okay, I know the collagen can work for me, but do I want to wait 8 months for those results? I wanted something faster. You know, don't we all, right? We all wish there was a magic pill. That's not how it works. Unfortunately, it does take time, but it prompted me to create my second product, which in fact, Dr. Kathy alluded to it, but I literally just launched this product about 2 months ago because I wanted to, again, test the efficacy myself. So I did launch what's now called Complete Biotin Plus. So it's a biotin product that is more than just biotin. It's got several other nutrients in there that are vital, not just for hair growth, but for scalp health, follicle health. And it's a supercharged product just for hair. So I know that there's a need for that. I know a lot of people are seeking a product that is more potent and can get results faster. And that's the product that did it for me. So, you know, I'm only human, right? I didn't know what I now know, right? It's like in 2020 hindsight. You know, I thought collagen was going to be my one problem, fix everything product, but hair loss is very complex and it can come and go. And when after I had my daughter and had postpartum hair loss, I also had COVID, and my hair, it was just gobs. Like, my vacuum broke from vacuuming the spinny wheels. I didn't realize it got completely entangled. My husband had to constantly clean out the drain. So I know the feeling. I would just go like this and all this hair would come out. So to me, I feel like, you know, and I'm so, again, thankful you're having me here, but the whole vision for the Everbella brand, and it's still a very young company, is that I want to continue making products that serve women's needs, because as we age, there's always things that come up that you need help with. So that is the mission of my brand, is for you to feel forever beautiful from the inside out. And then, as you all know, Dr. Kathy's from the outside in, and together, you know, you can really look and feel your best. And that's obviously the goal here.
Right, right. You know, and I think that a lot of times when I do my webinars, I do the before and afters, and I show people the protocols. I always do an educational piece in the beginning. And I cannot think of, I think almost every single time somebody asks me about collagen, because it's so out there on the market, and it's, you know, at what we're thinking about for putting on our skin. So the reason why, you know, it was important for me to have you on today is because we do need to do outside in and inside out. And I think that, you know, I always want to make sure that I vet out a product, as well as making sure that it has the efficacy and works as well as it should. So I really appreciate your line, and I'm happy to be able to have you on, to be able to share that with everyone, because I talk about it and I talk about collagen on the skin and collagen internally, but to have you on really gives everybody, you know, a clear picture of, you know, why I have your product that I speak about all the time. You can actually show them if you want your photos. You have the photos on your phone.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Let me, hold on. I will pull it up. Bear with me.
And then I'll also, because, you know, Cristina mentioned it, I also will show you her before and afters with Tru Energy. One person asked about age, and you had talked about your mom, who was one of the,
and I will talk about that. I'll show you the before and afters in a second here. But so yes, I understand I'm a young person, and to be honest, most of my customers are not my age. Most of my customers are 50, 60, 70, even 80 years old. Yeah. So my mom is 63, and she's never really been big on supplements, like, ever. Very good on self-care. She's the kind of woman that will get a facial or get her nails done or something, but she also has a love for gardening. I learned gardening from her. She's outside constantly. She's very big into sailing and hiking. She's a very outdoorsy woman. But her skin, from being outside so much, was getting weathered for her age. And so, you know, don't we all want the magical, you know, again, the magic pill that makes you look young forever. Again, it doesn't exist. But I told her, I said, look, I made this product. You should try it. Let me know how you feel. And she was also having a lot of joint pain at the time. And she's like, oh my gosh, like, I can't believe it. Like after 30 days, I feel like my joint pain in my knees was much less noticeable. And now that she's been taking it for a year now, she's like, I don't even have joint pain anymore. Her hair is so much thicker. My mom's hair was thinning as well after she went through menopause. She was losing a lot of hair as well. What else? Her complexion, like she used to have a lot of sunspots and her skin got a lot more, what's the word I'm looking for?
Lighter, even more
even toned, right. And that's not to say she is also now a very happy customer of Dr. Kathy's Tru Energy skincare line, which even skyrocketed her results beyond just taking the products that I have here. But it does work for people of all ages. In fact, when you go to the page that they shared with you, there's at least 3 or 4 video testimonials from women who are 40, 50, 60, and tons of testimonials that you can read from people. And for me, I think a true testament of how good a product is what people say and their personal testimony. I mean, heck, isn't that why we all love shopping on Amazon? Like the first thing I do is read the comments, right? Like, is it really good? Or they just, they're just a really good marketer? No, like read the comments. And if people are going to tell you how they feel, they won't sugarcoat it, right? If they don't like it, they'll tell you.
Absolutely. And so that actually was kind of the interesting thing from opposite perspectives that you and I both had, which was, I had been using Tru Energy and a, decent, clean powdered collagen. And when I started using your collagen, my nails had stopped splitting because like you were saying, you like to work in the soil. I like to work in the soil. My nails stopped splitting and they're definitely harder. So that was what I noticed right away. Plus my energy was higher, if that's at all even possible, right? But my energy was even higher. And, actually even sleeping better. So just higher energy during the day, sleeping better at night, and just having that, my hair grow back as fast as it did was amazing. And then from your perspective, you were doing everything on the internal. And when we met, introduced you to Tru Energy, thinking, well, I'm 30, but I don't have much going on, which is so true. But you had a baby, so that always kind of softens the face a little bit.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I had perpetual bags. Like, granted, it is, it's 6:44 p.m. where I'm at, and I don't have bags. And to be honest, I will be honest, my daughter, for whatever reason, she's teething right now. She woke up at 1:45 last night, 4 a.m., and then 5:40 was shot out of a cannon ready to start her day because of beautiful daylight saving. So without your incredible products and that magic wand is what I call it, normal me would have dark purple circles and puffiness around my eyes that no matter how much collagen I took, it would never go away. So I'm very grateful for the Tru Energy skincare line.
Well, we can show your pictures. Do you want us to share your pictures for the Tru Energy?
Please, go ahead.
Okay, I always like sharing your pictures, or anybody's before and after pictures for that matter, because I'm going to show your mom's as well, because she's closer to my age. She's actually my age. So these are yours, where you can see. Were you so shocked when you saw this?
Well, it's so funny because I never realized how droopy my eyes looked. Like they looked literally like slanted, like they were so tired. I feel like that picture, I must have had a little bit of makeup on because the coloring under my eyes isn't showing there, but yeah, they were definitely very droopy and sleepy looking.
Yeah, the line actually is across it. I mean, I can see it because, because I've seen these photos, but I can definitely see the little bit of darkness that's not there, on the after as well. Yeah, for sure. And then, so that's just amazing. And then I'll show your mom's. Let's do this one. This one is,
that's just unbelievable.
Yeah.
My mom was like over the moon, like happy about this. I remember her calling me and going, I don't know if I noticed a difference. I'm like, just let's look at the pictures, because when you look, that's another thing with anything you're taking, whether it's a supplement or something topically, I always encourage my customers to take before and afters, because when you look at yourself in the mirror every single day, the little changes that happen every day you don't notice, but when you put those pictures side by side, you're like, holy cow, I really do see the difference. And I remember when Dr. Kathy put these together for my mom, she was blown away. She goes, holy cow, I had no idea. But it is crazy improvements on her complexion, her jawline, around her ears, her neck. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, I think that one of the things I actually will absolutely say made a difference is that she was primed. She was primed for results because she had been using collagen and eating well and things like that. And so, you know, for results like this in her 60s, we were trying to figure out the timeline, and I'm pretty sure it was less than 30 days, because her lighting wasn't great for her first one. So I think I took the ones from like 10 days to 35 days. So it was less than 30 days. So this to me really showed where it makes such a difference when your body has what it needs from the outside in and the inside out, you know?
Yep, 100%. And I think that's the beauty of the relationship that you and I have built together, that we're so excited to share with everybody else, is that there isn't just a one size fit all solution. And it wasn't until I met you that I realized that. And don't be wrong, I got incredible results with just a color, just like other people have only had your skincare line have incredible results. When you marry the two, it's incredible what can actually happen. So pivoting back, because I'm sorry we're jumping around a lot. It's just,
it's normal.
This is how we roll. But I know a lot of you are asking about the hair loss aspect. So I do want to share more about the biotin product that I mentioned earlier in my before and after photos there. So let me share screen. Okay. So, and I think I saw a comment pop up about someone wearing a hat. So, you know, because it was the second time I lost my hair, I did not let it debilitate me as much as it did the first time I encountered it. So I look happy here, right? I'm wearing a hat, but underneath my hat was this enormous bald spot. I mean, it was on the top of my head, and I don't know if you can see me moving my hair now, but I don't have that bald spot anymore. It's completely gone. But it was right on the top of my head. And because as far over it came, it didn't matter which way I combed my hair, it was incredibly visible. And let me keep going a little bit. Here's some more before and afters. And it wasn't just on the top. Like, this is a side photo of me holding my daughter at the time. This, I think, was Thanksgiving last year. And I mean, look how big this gap was. I mean, it was so embarrassing. I really was a reclusive person for quite some time because I was embarrassed. I mean, I was at the point that I wanted to shave my head, and my husband looked at me and he's like, look, if that's really what you want to do, I love you and I support you. But you know, I that's what drove me to create this secondary product. And so this is where I am after 6 months of use. And so I have a really good progress photo. Let me find it here. Okay, so just full disclosure, when I started testing the efficacy of this new product, I intentionally stopped taking Complete Collagen Plus because I wanted to know, what can this new biotin product do as a standalone product for someone with hair loss? So in 1 month, you can see I have growth right on this, was like right on the side here. It was probably about an inch long of little baby hairs coming through. After 3 months, the whole top of my head had all these flyaways that were filling in that bald area. And then after 6 months, it had fully come back together, which is a huge blessing. And so, you know, that's what this product is. And I don't have to go through every ingredient unless you want me to, but it's more than just biotin. I think that's the key to what I mentioned earlier about the collagen, is that I wanted a collagen product that was more than just collagen. I wanted the MCT, the omega-3s, and the vitamin E. So with the biotin, I thought to myself, okay, what else can I put in here that isn't just good for hair, but it's good for your scalp, it's good for your hair follicles, it's good for your hair hair texture, quality, right? So when you're in that phase where you're trying to grow your hair back, you also want to preserve the little bit of hair you have left, right? So again, it's got that micelle liposomal formula. There's vitamin D3 in here, which is vital for hormonal balance. So when you're under COVID being an example, you're sick, you're under high stress, menopause, and postpartum, all four of those factors are going to get your hormones out of balance, which is a really big cause of hair loss in women. There's also black cumin seed oil in here. There's pumpkin seed oil, and then selenium, which is really good for your hair, scalp health. So dander, itchiness, all that good stuff. And then cinnamon. So this product tastes like a cinnamon roll, and the collagen tastes like caramel. So again, if you're someone who is going through hair loss, and you want something that is more potent and really created specifically for that issue, I highly encourage you to take a look at the biotin. And since then, I do take both every day. So now I do take the collagen every day. I do take the biotin every day. And I will say, having done that, I have never felt better. And frankly, my hair has never looked better, my complexion, all of the above, along with the Tru Energy skincare line. It has just been a huge blessing.
Yeah, absolutely. And, one of the things I do want to thank you is I always want to thank you for the offer that you give to our customers in our Tru Energy family. I really appreciate that. And I know that they do as well. And on the Dr. Kathy's favorites, I have your offer right at the top of that page for both the collagen and the biotin, with the more than generous offer with the free one at when they order 6. That's what I did. Is I ordered the 6 because I wanted the best discount, and I wanted to make sure that I was giving it a fair opportunity to work. In that 3 months makes a difference. So
absolutely. And that's the other thing is because I value our friendship and I love your community. I know that when I was kind of at rock bottom with all of this, I tried so much stuff. I spent so much money. I mean, if I could honestly say, I probably spent thousands of dollars between the doctor visits, the other supplements that didn't work. And so I know how that can be. So I really wanted to give you guys the best discount possible. I wish I could do more. I really do. But let's be honest, the cost of things are through the roof, and the cost of my raw materials to make this have continued to go up. And I've really been good about holding my price for my customers. So, next year my price might change. But that said, I wanted to give you the best discount possible. And so I'm doing that, and you're going to get that free bottle when you buy 6 bottles, which is a 3-month supply. So that same deal is for the biotin as well as the collagen.
And yes, this does work for men as well, which was one of the questions. And then, so I actually, I do want to address some of the questions that are coming up on the webinar, but because the chat is private and the recording is public, I would like to go ahead and wrap up and then put the recording on pause and then address some of the questions that are coming up that are relative to stress and what happens to our body under stress.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so I want to thank you, Cristina, so much for coming on, and I look forward to actually doing a little webinar with you, possibly with the biotin, because I think we didn't unpack that, and there's so much to it as well.
Absolutely. I would love to. So it's such a pleasure to be here, and everyone that joined us this evening. I'm so honored to share this evening with you, and thanks for listening to me. And I hope you also become a part of the Everbella family. I'm excited to answer your questions.
Excellent. Thank you so much.